Hey guys, it's Andrea and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be setting up my bullet journal for the month of September. So I haven't posted in quite a while, and that is because I'm still figuring out how to be better with my organization, my editing, and all of that, because I actually have a lot of videos filmed, but I haven't posted any because I just haven't had the time to edit them, and I've also wanted to try new programs to edit my videos, so hopefully I'll be starting to post consistently this month. Okay, but now it's time to talk a little bit more about the spreads that I'm making and this month's setup. And for this month, I decided to do a scrapbook theme for reasons I will be explaining a bit later in this video. And I wanted to use a consistent color scheme, and I realized I hadn't used blue in my journal in quite a while, even though it's one of my favorite colors. So I went for blue and green as my base color scheme and just went on Pinterest and looked different aesthetic photos of those colors, and now I'm just arranging them. And now it's time to talk a bit more about my theme choice for this month. And I really love using scrapbook themes when I'm a bit more uninspired and I don't really feel like making really elaborate spreads that take up a lot of time. But this time I didn't really choose it for that reason. I just chose it because I felt like I haven't made a theme like this in quite a while, and also I started university last week, so I've been a bit busy and I'm still getting the hang of everything. So I thought it would be a better idea if I just went for a theme that would be quite simpler and that I could make a spread pretty quickly. And that is also why this video is a bit shorter than my usual playing with me, is because these spreads did take up a lot less time to make than my usual doodle heavy ones, but it was still really fun to make. And for my quote page, I wanted to go for this kind of handwritten note kind of vibe, so I used some square grid paper and just wrote a quote. If you spend every day dreaming of a different life for yourself, this is your reminder to make a start. Even if it's small, do something today that can change your tomorrow. And I saw that quote on Pinterest and I just really liked it because I felt like it applied a lot to my personal situation. So I just decided to include it as a reminder in my cover page. And now it's time for me to make my monthly spread. And this is when I realized that I probably should be getting some new liners pretty soon, as they're almost running out of ink. For the past few months, I've been making like individual boxes for each day of the month, but this time I wanted to make something a bit more compact so I could still fit some scrapbooking in this page. And then I just made some dots using my liner where I'll be writing the dates. And I made this calendar a bit more on the minimal side because I already knew that the scrapbooking would be more eye-catching, so I wanted to even it out by making this calendar more minimal and simple. Next, I'm just lettering the word September, and honestly, I thought it wouldn't fit, but it was just perfect. And then I wanted to make my lettering pop a little more, so I just made some blending using that same brush pen and then a darker shade. And once that I finished with the lettering, I went on to do the same thing that I do each time that I want to fill some blank space, and it is adding dots. And now for the scrapbooking part, I decided to keep it also kind of minimal, as this spread will then be filled with some events and the space was already pretty small. So I just added 2 images and some washi tape. And the next spread that I'm making in this setup is my September goals page. And I don't make this spread every month, just when I have some specific things that I want to achieve or just want to get my thoughts a bit more in order. And I kept this again really minimal with not a lot of elements because I was going to write a lot in it. So all of that blank space in the page is going to be filled with all of my thoughts and goals throughout the month. And for the images, I found this really cute image on Pinterest with some matcha that has some little heart ice cubes. And this is such a random comment, but lately I've been so obsessed with having iced matcha lattes. It's been one of my favorite drinks lately. And on the other side of the page, and also my final spread for this setup, is my habit tracker. So for this, I just use some textures as the background, and I'm taking again this grid paper to write the word habits. And then I just went over the top of the letters with that same brush pen, and as it is already a pretty dark color, it isn't that noticeable, but it still has a small nice blend. And the layout that I chose for this habit tracker is the one that I make the most often. I really want to start branching out and try new different kinds of tracker, but they're usually far more complicated and time consuming, so I just stick with this one. And I'm gonna be tracking 6 habits this month, and those are working out, reading, cleaning my desk, no spend days, studying, and journaling. And that's it for this month's setup. I'm so excited to get back to creating content for YouTube. I really hope that you liked this video and this setup. Here's a final flip through of the spreads. And if you did like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. See you next time. Bye!